This is August and the official beginning of Caregiver Appreciation Month. I'm still working on a way to really show, I guess, let's start simple. Let's start with thank yous. Let's start with appreciation for those who have been good. There will always be people in the life of someone with a chronic illness who might not be so awesome. And to those people, it is perfectly acceptable. In fact, I think it's important to say, get screwed. Because people who are not supportive do not help. And of course, we will always have those in our lives. And I guess part of learning confidence is learning who to tell off, who to say no, and why don't you go take a flying leap to. And anyway, so many blessings to those who are caregivers, whether it's official or unofficial, whether or not you are part of a company that's, for example, an HHA, or whether or not you are a family or a friend who wants to be there for the person that they love very dearly, that is fighting. And if you are fighting your own illness, congratulations and thank you for being a caregiver for yourself. Remember to give yourself love. Remember this is a hard road, and you are the only person who can say whether or not your journey is done the way that you want to be on this journey. It's okay to be tired, to be angry, to be frustrated. If I could give one piece of advice to caregivers, it's try not to take your work home with you. Give yourself that rest and try to give yourself a chance to decompress. It can be difficult. My mother is an HHA and she is basically tied to her phone quite often, making some things rather complicated. But in the meantime, she works her tail end off, and I am deeply, deeply grateful, for example, to my mother, who has been there for other people and me when I was at my worst. So thanks, Mom, to those friends who have been there. Thanks so much. There's every year or so, Sanofi Pharmaceuticals comes out with who is your hero, who is your epilepsy hero. Well, I have many, and I am grateful to each and every single one of them. There are people I've had to tell off. There are people who I've had to say, no, I am done. And there are times when I know that sometimes you want to be alone and just to rest. And I understand completely and wholeheartedly. So anyway, try not to bring your work home with you. Give yourself a chance to decompress and find something that you enjoy and that you love, and that is yours. And don't let anyone tell you, if it's reading, if it's a certain subject, if it's a certain TV show, go do that thing. So I guess my one bit of advice is, if you have a thing that you love, go do that thing. Na zdrowie. And tak.